John here from NoJokeNHL, here with our preview video on Saturday, May 18th, Preakness Day here in Baltimore, Maryland. But we're involved in the second round of the Stanley Cup playoffs, so no horse racing news here today. It's all pucks all the time. So we have two matchups on the card today. Detroit at Chicago for Game 2 of their series, matinee game on NBC, and then we have an evening game tonight, 10 o'clock Eastern. The San Jose Sharks hosting the LA Kings Game 3 of their series. So let's talk about Chicago-Detroit. We saw yet another workmanlike effort from the Blackhawks in Game 1. They win that one 4-1 against the Detroit Red Wings. They basically just peppered them with shots, and their offense, their defense was absolutely stellar. Since that loss to Minnesota in Game 3, the Blackhawks have basically given up 2 goals in that time frame, and are just playing outstanding hockey. Their goals per game average 3.5, and their goals against 1.33. So this Blackhawks team is dangerous on offense. They can certainly generate a lot of offense. They have a lot of different stars. They're very deep, very fast, very tight checking, and of course they're getting the stellar goaltending this season, all season long, from Corey Crawford and Ray Emery, who is still sitting on the bench even though he's healthy. I really don't see any type of change unless Crawford has a meltdown, and then even then I think it would probably be just for that game where he comes in relief. So getting to today's game, I really don't see any reason to think that Detroit. I mean, I know Babcock is a good coach. They got a little bit of time off from the schedule makers to come back with maybe a little bit of a better effort. They might have had a little letdown after Game 7 with the Ducks, but they're really going to have to change some stuff up, and I just really don't see that they're deep enough to do that. But beyond their top line, Detroit really doesn't have enough weapons, I think, to compete with this Blackhawks team. And like I said, with the way they're playing defense, forget their offense with Taves and Kane and Sharp and Hossa, and I mean, just saying those names compared to the Detroit lineup sounds kind of funny. But So I just really don't see Detroit being able to make much of an effort here. They're a generous plus 400 on the series here, but I mean, you're really far-fetched for me to believe that the Red Wings are going to be able to put together that much of a turnaround to be able to take the series from this Blackhawks team. Before the series started, I bought a sweep ticket on the Blackhawks, plus 555. I have a bunch of other props on them for this series ending in 5 games or less, and so I'm going to stay with that. I'm just going to let this ride. Kind of unbettable today, minus 210 on the Blackhawks, 10 cents more premium to pay for them after watching Game 1, and which is really a small price when you think about it. They outshot them by 2-1 the other night, and so I kind of look for more of the same, another workmanlike effort. Like I said, maybe Detroit can put together some things, but I really don't see what they're going to be able to do sustained. I don't think they're going to be able to put, maybe they can get one game in this series somewhere, but I really can't see how they're going to put a sustained effort into this. Most public handicappers didn't even have Detroit getting out of the first round against the Ducks, and now here they are against the Blackhawks. So it's kind of far-fetched for me to think that the Red Wings here are a team of destiny and going to turn things around and eliminate this number 1 seed from the West, who personally myself I think is the number 1 seed in all of hockey. They did win the President's Trophy, so I'm not really telling you anything new there. But I mean, if you look at the number 1 seed from the East, the Penguins, versus the West, I think Wes Reynolds tweeted out the other night that the Blackhawks are way better than the Pens, and I kind of said, yeah, let's keep it a secret, because maybe the public still will believe that the Pittsburgh is the better team when they get to the finals, and we'll be able to laugh all the way to the bank with the Hawks. All right, coming up this evening, like I said, at 10 o'clock Eastern, we're going to have the San Jose Sharks hosting the Kings in a very entertaining series so far, but it's Los Angeles with 2-0 on the scoreboard as far as this series goes, and now the Sharks hosting them tonight. Of course, we talked about before the series started, both of these teams, great home ice teams, so this is really a critical game for not only the Sharks to get back into it, and basically you have a really generous price on the Sharks here on this series to come back. But to be honest with you, like I said, it's really a tall order. I mean, it's one thing you win all your games at home, and things like that, but when you really have to bank on that happening, I mean, Los Angeles is no knows that they're tough at home, and it's tough for them to win there at the Shark Tank, and so you know they're going to bring their A effort as well. So this should be a very entertaining game. The Sharks, a minus 135 favorite on home ice tonight. Come back on the Kings, a short plus 115. So I'm not so sure I'd be doing that. Jumping on the Kings here. I think I'm just going to let my series plays sit here. As far as the over-under, we're going to pay a heavy premium here for the under. The first game was under 5, minus 150. It flew over the total with 7 total goals scored in the game. Like I said, over 5.5 clicked off at plus 220. Over 6.5 clicked off at nearly 4-1. And so, or actually, you couldn't even get 6.5. Over 6 clicked off at probably like plus 330. I have to go back and check, but so nonetheless, if you're looking to play this under, like I said, everybody and their mom knows about Jonathan Quick. They know about Niemi. They know about the under. Like I said, the books know about it even more importantly, and you're going to pay a super premium to hang on this 5 or to even go under, under 4.5. You're going to be pretty much playing, getting like regular juice, maybe plus 110 on under 4.5, which is a ridiculously horrible value. So both of these games today, like I said, I'm going to lay off the totals on both. I'm actually going to lay off on both the teams. I'm going to hope for a Kings victory, and then maybe try to get some prices maybe on the Sharks as a comeback. Maybe hedge a little bit. Have a small ticket on the Kings to sweep at 11-1. Like I said, I'm not banking on that or anything like that, but I'm certainly going to preserve that. If the Kings can somehow get a victory here, then I'm certainly going to look to hedge a little bit in Game 4. But should be an entertaining series. The way the Sharks, the Kings were in control, 2-0. Sharks able to come all the way back and take the lead, 3-2, only to see 2 goals go in on a double power play at the end of the game. So we'll see if it was the Zebras that caused that, or we'll see if it was the Sharks imploding. So should be a very entertaining game tonight. Probably the better game between than the Blackhawks Red Wings. Like I said, I look for another effort from the Blackhawks, just a workmanlike effort, shutting the Red Wings down. So again, Sharks Kings tonight. Sharks a short favorite. So if you're a Sharks believer, then here's your best spot. They're on home ice. This is where they're supposed to do well. But like I said, I think the Kings know that. I think the Kings are going to bring their A game too, and we should see some very entertaining hockey out west in San Jose. So that brings us to the end of today's report. We have a couple games tomorrow. I'm going to try to get a video off. Usually I have company here on the weekends, so it's kind of difficult sometimes to get into my studio or to get into the studio where there's no noise, people running on the floor, jumping, bouncing balls, and things like that upstairs. So anyway, I'm going to try to do a video tomorrow. Should be back Monday with the other videos. By all means, please check out the NHL totals report. That's also going to be going up today. I think it could help make you some money, and if it doesn't help make you money, it certainly will help you save some money by not losing on playing totals. So with that, let's drop the puck and get back to round 2 action. And as always, let's make some money.